Gentlemen, the bureaucracy for 2025 is improving ever more so because now yet another country has introduced their brand new electronic travel authorization policy that will definitely make your life as a global sovereign citizen a lot easier. That's right, the country of Saint Kitts and Nevis in the Caribbean, a country very famous among the luxury economic migration community, is the first country in the Caribbean community, and they are leading the way, as they say, to introduce their own ETA, or an electronic e-visa. Now, the primary reason why I don't like this is because of what the government is claiming, which, to be honest, every government that has introduced this claims this, but frankly, it's just ridiculous. Because the government of Saint Kitts and Nevis, the government that I've done thorough research on, specifically on the current incumbent Prime Minister, Dr. Terminates, and frankly, I do like some of the stuff that he says. However, his government, the government that has introduced this policy, has said that this will be done to make travel easier for visitors. Frankly, I have no idea how that makes any sense. And also to improve their border security, which does make sense. However, when was the last time we ever heard about St. Kitts and Nevis having a large illegal migration problem? I'm sure we've all heard of it. I read articles every day about how many people are entering St. Kitts and Nevis illegally. Obviously, I'm joking now. Have there been people in the past or maybe currently who have entered St. Kitts and Nevis illegally? I'm sure there has been, and I'm sure there currently is someone there who has entered the country under illegitimate purposes. However, is it enough people to incentivize the government to introduce their own ETA? Frankly, I don't think so. Now, the primary reason why I don't like this, and I completely appreciate the fact that an electronic travel authorization is not the end of the world, absolutely not. It's still going to be quite easy for you if you have quote-unquote visa-free travel, which that phrase is becoming very null and void very quickly now. It is not going to be that difficult for you to be able to travel to St. Kitts and Nevis. However, for me, it's not about the ease, it's about where this is going. Because it's no coincidence whatsoever that if you look online, that all of these countries that have absolutely nothing to do with each other, they are not the same country. Maybe they have good foreign relations, but other than that, they don't have the same culture, the same language, or anything like that. They are all starting to introduce their own electronic travel system. You've got the European Union as a whole, the United Kingdom, Japan, I believe, and all of these countries that are not the same country, perhaps a couple of them share the same language, fine. But these are independent sovereign countries. Why are they all introducing the same policy? For me, it doesn't make any sense. It seems completely unnecessary. The only primary country that did always have this type of policy would have been the United States. That I can make an exception for. That is fine. But why is every country introducing this policy, especially in the same time bracket? It doesn't make sense. Why have they all come together and agreed on this one thing? And another reason why this concerns me is because of what St. Kitts and Nevis actually said. They said they want to lead the way in regards to this, which means that potentially the whole Caribbean community, the whole rest of the islands in the West Indies, they might start introducing this policy. And although they say it's designed to tackle illegal migration, which potentially it would do, however, if someone wants to enter your country illegally, are they going to bother with the fact that they're going to break the law by not getting an ETA if they've already broken the law in the past? Again, that doesn't make much sense to me. However, this part is even more asinine, where they say it's designed to make your travel easier. Oh yeah, absolutely. Because I'm sure applying to a couple days in advance and paying a fee as a foreigner, paying a foreigner fee to be allowed entry into the country is definitely going to make you, as the traveller, more happy, naturally. But it's also going to make your travel easier. You can't just book a last minute holiday now. You have to apply for authorization first. So for me, I completely reject this whole basis and foundation of this is designed to make your travel easier. In my opinion, and thankfully, a good contact of mine did share an article with me about this on Twitter the other day. And frankly, he also raised a brilliant point where it's designed to make your travel easier, they say, whereas I see it as being the complete opposite. They want to restrict your travel. In the future, like I said, the term visa-free access will become null and void. Because a lot of people might have the argument of, oh, it's not the end of the world, it's just an electronic travel authorization. I fully understand that point. However, if every country now is starting to introduce this around the world, why on earth would we believe that they will stop at the current price and the current waiting time? They, in my opinion, knowing how these countries work, right, having seen how they work, they are only going to increase the price. And instead of saying, okay, you have to apply 2 days in advance, Maybe in a couple of years you have to apply a week in advance, then a month in advance, then maybe you won't even be allowed to enter the country, right? So for me, when it comes to restricting or increasing the level of bureaucracy required for you to go on a simple vacation, I, as someone who loves to travel, as someone who loves to live abroad, as someone who did grow up abroad in many countries, I can't for the life of me in good conscience support this idea. All in all, is this ETA for Saint Kitts and Nevis the end of the world? Absolutely not. Is it going to make your life easier as a global expat, as they say? Definitely not. I can't even believe that they're even trying to claim that. Is this ETA potentially going to lead to more bureaucracy? We'll have to see where this goes, but for me, this really is a major red flag. Let me know what you think about this whole new global ETA policies that many countries around the world are starting to introduce. Do you agree with them, or do you share my perspective on this too? Let me know down in the comments below.